Let me talk to somebody real quick. I'm not sure who you are or what you're going through, but right now, you're in a space where you feel like pulling back from people, where you want to protect your peace and mind your healing over everything else. You're at a point where your tolerance for bullshit is really low, and a lot of times you find yourself wanting to avoid being in scenarios where things might not go well, or you don't feel like dealing or conflicting with certain personalities and people. You're not really in the mood to tell yourself no in order to tell other people yes. And you're not about to keep having the same motherfucking conversation with the same motherfuckers. That's just where you at right now. But I'm here to tell you there's nothing wrong with that. I call it a selfish season. I've been there. I'm right there with you right now. I'm on year 2 of my own selfish season. So what is the selfish season? In my definition, the selfish season is when you stop pouring into everybody else and start making a decision to pour into yourself. It's when God pulls you back, but not to punish you, but instead to prepare you. It's that weird part of the awakening where the old version of you is dying, but the new version of you has not quite been fully born yet. It'll make sense later. I realized myself after spreading myself so thin, participating in every organization or group that I was a part of in the capacity of some form of a leader, constantly having some type of control or responsibility with everything that I was doing. It was sucking the fun out of things that I got into because they were fun. And it is my belief that work can be fun. So I realized that it wasn't the individual organizations, it wasn't the individual groups that weighed down on me as much as it was I was trying to do too much at one time. I allowed myself to become overwhelmed with work. Busy work is work that you're doing, but it's not really benefiting you or anybody else because you're pouring from an empty cup. So you can't even come as your whole self because you're depleted. You're tired. Decision fatigue has set in. You're always being called or reached out to or turned to for something. And that's a way to live. It's just not the only way to live. It's not the way I choose to live my life. It's not the way I am going to live my life here on earth. So what does a selfish season feel like? In your selfish season, you might or might not experience loneliness as much. You may feel constantly misunderstood. You may feel like people hold you to a higher standard than they hold themselves. You may feel guilty for saying no to people. Old friends stop calling you. The things that used to excite you in life seem like they may have lost color and depth. For you, things seem flat, almost in black and white. You feel emotionally numb because you don't know that it's you developing emotional intelligence. You start questioning everything, even your purpose, your prayers, your entire path. But this is what a lot of people don't realize. It's not depression. Look at it as a divine detox. Remember what I said earlier. The old version of you has died, but the new version of you has not yet been born. It is becoming, it is conceived, but you have not aligned or stepped into the power that you really have. You're waking up, realizing that you don't give a damn about being liked. More than anything, you want to be aligned. Fuck everything and everybody else. But awakening is not pretty. It's painful. Because at this moment, God is not adding. He is subtracting, clearing space, making room for what's real, for what's new, for what's aligned with the newest version of you. Because what people forget to tell you is that self-love is not selfish. It's obedience. It's stewardship. Jesus isolated before elevation, just like Moses went to the mountain before the movement. Again, you can't give from nothing. And on a spiritual level, on a psychological level, you know this. You know that it's affecting your relationships, it's affecting your finances. It's the reason why you haven't bought a house yet. It's the reason why you haven't gotten that new car yet. It's the reason why you haven't relocated to that new city yet. It's the reason why you haven't put in for that promotion yet. You're not looking for validation. You're not looking for an abundance that is material as much as it is mental and emotional and spiritual. Even earlier when I talked about loneliness, through my awakening, I haven't really experienced loneliness. I don't really experience boredom. I enjoy being by myself and to myself. I enjoy being at home, and I think a lot of people are reflecting this feeling in their lives. I think a lot of people are seeing the benefit to just staying out the way. A lot of people don't have FOMO, fear of missing out. Maybe they used to feel like not being invited was a bad thing, and that one invite made you realize that it's really a good thing. That the partying, the kicking it, the birthday party, there will be more. And if there's not more, that's just God's will. And it's hard going through a selfish season. You really have to allow yourself to let go of what other people think about your processes, let go of what other people may assume is happening with you. The entire time you're realigning, you're going within, you're discovering yourself, you're hacking yourself, you're hacking your mind. It's not anything for anybody else to take personal. But in this world, we forget that everyone is the star of their own show. By some of the most selfish people in my life, I tell them, you're in my life, I'm not in yours. But from their perspective, I'm in their life, they're not in mine. We are the star of our own show. We have to be able to wrap our minds around the fact that the things that we do affect other people only in ways that we may not understand, especially through an awakening. Especially through a moment in time where you're not trying to appease anybody, where you're not trying to get any attention, where you're not trying to cry out for help. You might just want to be left alone to your thoughts, to your experiences. You let people in when you can, when it's viable, when it's digestible, but otherwise, conflict is exhausting. In ways, relationships seems exhausting. It seems like a distraction, and anything that takes you away from where you're truly trying to be seems like a burden. And this feeling can become addictive. It becomes a situation, if you're not careful, where you can make people feel like you don't care, even though that is the exact opposite. You don't even 100% understand what you're going through, but that's hard to explain to people. And it's okay. It's not for anybody to understand. It's your process. You meant to live through your process. You meant to thrive and evolve and grow through your process more than anything. And you cannot let how it affects others stop you from doing what's best for you. Because for somebody like me, I feel like it's the first time in my life where I feel total and complete freedom. I feel like I'm not responsible for anything for the first time in my life, and now I can actually think and expand on my future. It seemed like for at least 2 or 3 years, maybe since COVID, I've been in this fog, unclear of my vision. And it seems like now that it's springtime, everything has opened up, and I see my goals so clearly. I see that light at the end of the tunnel so clearly, and I cannot let anybody fuck that up. And I know a lot of y'all out there know how I feel, what I mean. And to anybody out there who's feeling like this, if you're in your selfish season, do not rush out of it. Let it do its job. Let it strip you. Let it stress you. Let it stretch you. Let it grow you. Let it show you who you really are. Because this next version of you needs you holistically, healed and whole, in order to quantum leap you into your destiny, into your fate. And remember, you ain't crazy. You just in your selfish season. Peace.